Hi again, I'm Oana, and in the following minutes, I'll be presenting very briefly our work on designing visual explanations for video summaries, which has been recently published at UMAP. This is joint work with Navat Intarev and Dora Arroyo on the Fairview project, a project supported by Google Digital News Initiative. So, as we actually heard a lot today, one characteristic of today is the massive amount of digital content that people have unconditional access to. And this is especially remarkable in terms of video content. If we take as example YouTube, we see that latest stats show that more than 500 hours of video are being uploaded every minute. This means that to be able to watch only the amount of videos that are being uploaded in a single day, one would need a lifetime. Video summaries, as we already saw, have been proposed as a typical solution to help users process this overwhelming amount of video material because they can provide a very quick look into long and dense videos. But users are faced with multiple condensed video summaries for the same video without understanding the underlying decisions taken to generate the summary, because usually the process is automated and is not transparent to the user. The summarization process is prone to amplifying or diminishing certain aspects of the video and might even omit meaningful information and lead to the misrepresentation of the original content. And thus, in this work, we actually focused on bringing transparency in video summarization to end users by means of video summary explanations. Together with media scholars and collection owners, we derived 4 dimensions of transparency to make the representativeness of video summaries transparent to end users. These dimensions emphasize the importance of understanding the similarities and differences between summaries and the original video in terms of semantics and quantities. So we came up with the following dimensions. First, we have semantic coverage, which refers to concepts that are covered in the video summary or concepts that are covered in the original video. Second, we have the quantity coverage, which refers to the fraction of concepts covered and not covered in the video summary. Third, we have semantic prominence, which refers to the concept prominence in a summary or in the original video. And finally, we have distance, which refers to the difference between the summary and the original video. So by combining these dimensions of transparency, we generated various visual explanations for video summaries. And we found that people prefer the most complete visual explanation that semantically characterizes and quantifies the overlap between the video summary and the original video, while is also reflecting the differences between the two. So on the slide, you can actually see which is the most preferred explanation, and it has 2 components. First, we have the word cloud, which represents the dimensions of semantic coverage, semantic prominence, and distance, and summarizes the main concepts depicted in the video summary in green color, and the main concepts in the summary, in the original video that are not covered by the video summary in purple color. The size of the words indicates the prominence of the concepts in the original video. So what's important to mention here is that we used a couple of tools for enriching the captions of the videos and the stream of the video. So the concepts that you see depicted in the visualizations are a combination of the two. And
again, Oana, sorry, I have to ask you to wrap up, please.
Yes, I'm gonna wrap up fast. And the second part of the visualization is a donut chart, which represents the dimensions of quantity, coverage, and distance, and it summarizes the percentage of constants in the original video that is covered in the video summary in green color, and the percentage of concepts in the original video that is not covered by the video summary in purple color. So we also found that each of the 4 dimensions of transparency are useful when assessing the representativeness of video summaries. So basically when we compare to video summaries of the same video. More exactly, we found that the dimensions of semantic coverage and distance are useful to understand that the video summaries are not representative for the original video. We also found that the dimension of quantity coverage is useful, but only when the 2 summaries are very similar. And finally, the key concepts of the video expressed by semantic coverage, semantic prominence, as well as distance seem to be the main aspect of assessing representativeness of video summaries and differentiating between different video summaries. So this brings me to the end. You can find more details about our approach in the paper, and you can also check the resources online. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's see if there's any questions. So of course in the ReTV project also we worked on video summarization, so very interesting area, of course. So maybe you can just say something briefly about you know, to what extent the outcomes of this will be available to others in the future. So will you make this open source, or will this be a commercial product?
Yes, so this is already open source. All the data that I've been using, also data collected from user studies, and the explanations that I've been mentioning, they are all made available online already. And it is not going to be a commercial product.
Okay, for those of us who want to potentially reuse it, of course, that's good news, especially for researchers. Thank you again.